Hello and a warm welcome to the season finale of TCR Asia, which is here at the now famous Shanghai International Formula One circuit. This is the conclusion of the fourth season of TCR Asia, which over the years has spawned national championships, including right here in China. And once again, the Chinese championship will join the TCR Asia regulars with both championships on the line. This weekend also hosts the Shanghai International 888 kilometer endurance race, making this one of the most prestigious race weekends on the Chinese racing calendar. Now in TCR Asia, the Drivers' Championship is still up for grabs between the two youngsters, Mitchell Chair of Malaysia and Luca Enzler of Germany.
This is my first time driving with Enzler Motorsport here in Shanghai. So it's a very beautiful track.
For me, it's the first time in Shanghai, so it's like on every TCR Asia racetrack. It's the first time for me, so I have to learn a lot and especially very fast, but it's going well so far.
Now before we head to round 9, let's look back at what happened in round 8 in Korea. Out go the lights, away we go, got to avoid the wheel spin. And a very tentative start from Andrew Kim there from the front row, and he does get engulfed by the rest of the teams as we go on board. And hung out to dry on the outside, Luca Enzler chasing down the car number 30, that's Wong Qian-kun. And Enzler, whoa, and through goes the number 29 of Mitchell Chair on Luca Enzler. And Enzler, look at the spray he's dealing with, and he still can't get past Qian Quan as they go down the long straight down towards turn 3. And he's got to be careful here, Luca. Absolutely atrocious conditions. Look, 2 car lengths and you can't see anything. One thing you can see is out front is the number 3 of Alex Liu. Everybody very careful and tiptoeing almost through turn 3. There's Diego Moran. Oh, it's spun round. That's Cantini Kasuri, who won round 7. And he's already out of round 8 as we go back to the leaders. Mitchell Chair leads, but only just from Alex Liu, who's already attacking him as they go into the left-hander. That was a little aggressive. Through goes Liu, but then spins it and allows Mitchell Chair back into the lead. Really has to be careful. He's going to make an attempt to overtake, and he does so. Nicely done on the Hyundai. And through goes the VW of Luca Enzler. Enzler, the current championship leader, and in the dry set a new lap record in the 220s, but he's not going to get anywhere near that in these conditions, that's for sure. Well, we thought these typhoons in Korea would play a part over the weekend, and they have done. There was heavy rain in testing, and then it dried out, and then it rained again, and as you can see now, it's just about as bad as it can be. Alex Liu is Luca Enzler's next victim. And this is brave driving by the young German in these conditions. It's absolutely atrocious, but he comes on the outside of Alex Liu, and he's done it. Oh, brilliantly done by Luca Enzler. Jari Anoya just ahead of him in the Honda, the current Thai champion. And look at this, Luca Enzler finding grip and certainly bravery as he comes through the final complex. That was a great few corners there, down the long straight towards turn 3. A little bit of clear air for Luca to see it, and that's wise driving by him. He might even try to make a move around the outside if he can get close enough here. Now he jigs to the inside. Whoa, that was a surprise for Mitchell Chair. He expected him to come around the outside. Luca's gone to the inside, and that was textbook racing driving. Brilliantly done by the young German. And now it's a drag race out of 4, side by side, the 2 VWs. There comes the full course yellow, and the safety car is out. And that's because Macau driver Alex Liu has come together with one of the Indigo Racing Hyundais. And it also means that Luca Enzler may have to lose that place because the board was out just as he was making that overtake. It will be Mitchell Chair who leads them away again. Luca Enzler right there with him. Here comes Cantini Kasuri and Diego Moran. We're on board with Luca Enzler, who smartly gets out of the rooster tail of his teammate. Now gets back into it, but decides better to stay on the outside. Now he goes to the inside on the left-hander. Closing stages of round 8. The championship on the line here. 2 more rounds to go in Shanghai after this. But who will be leading the championship after this race? Enzler headed towards another title, but which driver will it be? And will Kantani Kasuri have anything to say about it? Well, he's still the guest driver, Kantani Kasuri. Now they're side by side, the two Liqui Moly boys. Brilliantly done. Luca Ensler makes a move around the outside and overtakes the young Malaysian. The German leads now, but here comes Kantani Kasuri. Kasuri tries up the inside, can't pull it off on Mitchell Chair. It's going to be an exciting finish, this one. And again, Kasuri trying to make it a three-way battle, and he's getting amongst it, isn't he? And now up the inside again of Mitchell. Still can't quite pull it off. And this is desperate times here at the front. And if these three keep playing like this, Diego Moran is going to join the battle because he's just behind. There he is, with the lights blazing. The Ecuadorian in the orange Liqui Moly car. Now Luca Ensler pulling away here, and Mitchell Chair's got enough on his hands. He can't really worry about Luca. He's got to defend his position because Kantani Kasuri in the Seat comes again. This time he's finally done it. Or has he? Chair keeps his foot in. That's great driving by the young Malaysian. And the tie is pushing. Look at this. Left and right, side by side for the last three corners. And finally, Kasuri, the champion of 2017, pulls it off. Worried moments in the pit lane. As Kurt Tremmel and the team watch on. This is the last lap, and it's not over here between these two. This the battle for second place. Kasuri drives round the outside. He's running out of time though. This is the last two corners. It's going to be a win for Luca Ensler, but who's going to take second? It's going to be a 1-2 for the Ensler team as Mitchell Chair holds on. Honsick waves the flag. And a brilliant 1-2 for the VW Liqui Moly Ensler team. And a look at how it stands after Korea. Luca Ensler out on top with 143, but Mitchell Chair could still win it. He's on 132 points. And their third teammate, Diego Moran, still challenging for third overall with Lo Ziho.
Yeah, the last weekend in Korea was amazing. Maximum points with points for pole position, points for race 1 win, and then victory in race 2 was just amazing. And yeah, I'm more than happy.
Currently 11 points behind Luca. There's a sure possibility that I can still get the win the championship title. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow, and for sure I will want to win the championship, so we'll fight for it.
So just 11 points between Mitchell Chair and Luca Ensler in the Drivers' Championship. The Teams' Championship already wrapped up by Ensler for the third consecutive time. But can they get a 1-2-3 if Diego Moran can get a good third overall after these last two races and make it the perfect year? Once again, former Formula One star Alex Yug of Malaysia looking after Mitchell Chair. KK Wong has already wrapped up the Cup Drivers' Championship, and Volkswagen are again the car model of the year. Mitchell Chair then on the outside of row 1. Henry Ho, the Chinese championship points leader, lines up on the front row with him. We're about to get underway here in Shanghai for the penultimate round of TCR Asia. Out go the lights, and away they go. Mitchell Chair does not get off the line well, and look at that. Luca Ensler, as we go on board with Diego Moran, gets a terrible start. Moran's past him, Ensler's past him. Henry Ho didn't get away well, and he drops down to 4th place. The Chinese championship entry. But it's going to be Luca Ensler who flew into the lead there in the Volkswagen as we go on board with 2nd place Diego Moran, going through these famous S's here at the start of this Shanghai International Circuit. Good start from Moran. Remember, he's 4th in the championship and needs to try and finish 3rd to make it a 1-2-3 and a memorable weekend for the Liqui Moly Ensler team. So Ensler leading by 11 points and now leading this race here in round 9 as we go back on board with Mitchell Chair, who's recovered, but in 3rd place at the moment at the start of this one. So a lot of hard work. He's got 11 points to catch up, and he's got both his teammates in front of him, and both have reasons to stay ahead of the young Malaysian. Diego Moran was on the podium here twice last year in Shanghai, so it's a circuit he likes racing at. Oh, we've got drama here. And that's the two Elegant Racing team. That's Alex Liu and KK Wong involved in that incident. So the two teammates coming together. And it looks as though that one of them is not going to make it out. Back to the leaders, though. And there is your 1, 2, 3. And look how quickly Mitchell Chair, the Malaysian, has caught up to the South American, Diego Moran, who needs these points, remember, but so too does Mitchell Chair. So this is going to be a desperate run between these two. Mitchell Chair bogged off the line big time, but now he's caught up, and look at him all over the back of Moran, down the long back straight here, and this is the best opportunity to overtake. Get tucked up behind, coming into this next right-hander, and he's doing exactly the right thing. He jinks out, but then decides he's not close enough, and I think the safety car is going to come out, and that's another reason, because that car that was stuck out on track is not going anywhere, and sure enough, the safety car does come out. And that slows everything down again. Luca Ensler leading the way from Diego Moran. And the third Liquid Moly man, of course, Mitchell Chair in third place. Here's another look at the start. Well, it was a bad start from Mitchell Chair. Look how quickly Luca Ensler was passed, then Diego Moran. Ensler quite rightly goes to the inside on the right-hander to take the lead. Henry Ho from the Chinese Championship, he also went backwards down to 5th place. Here's Luca Ensler's position. Watch him fly by Mitchell Chair here. Well, you can hear it for yourself. He just got wheel spin, and he looks as though he bogged off the line as well. So Mitchell Chair in trouble, and it is KK Wong of Elegant Racing. He's got it going again, but he was the cause of the caution. And we'll get underway again. 2 championships, TCR Asia and the Chinese Championship as well. Henry Ho leading the points and starting from the front row, but dropping down to 4th place now. We are under green again, and Luca Ensler pulls away from Diego Moran. And once again, Mitchell Chair will go in pursuit of the South American. Man from Ecuador. He's raced here in the series for several years now, Diego Moran. He's had some good runs and some great experience. Really enjoying racing in Asia. And to get a chance to race on Formula One circuits, a real thrill for him, which he doesn't get a chance to do in Ecuador, of course. So, a similar battle starting to ensue now as Mitchell Chair goes in pursuit of his teammate Diego Moran. Look how close he is as they dive into the right-hander. Looks as though Henry Ho still in 4th position and leading the Chinese Championship. And the field starting to spread out. There is Casey Lam of the China Championship, and the Honda parked up. So too the number 11, and that's S. Wong in Chinese Championship in the VW. So 2 more cars out of the Chinese Championship and parked on the outside. Will that bring out the safety, I wonder? So a big attrition rate early on in this one. Back to the racing. There's S. Chan. Again, racing in the Chinese Championship. Mitchell Chair all over the back now of Diego Moran. He's got to make a move now, surely. And Diego will be watching his mirrors. And this has been a great story for Mitchell Chair. He literally got the driver development program from Sepang and bounced out of nowhere in many ways. Got some training and some mentoring from Alex Young. And who better to have? He knows all the circuits. He's raced here in the Audi Cup and in GT racing. And he can help the man we're on board with now, Mitchell Chair, learn his craft. And he's done a really good job as this youngster from Malaysia. And a lock up there from Diego does not help his cause. And oh, notice that! And Mitchell Chair bangs in to Diego Moran, his teammate. No love lost. But to be fair to Mitchell, there was no question there was a lock up by Diego Moran, and he's losing places now. And this is bad news for the Ecuadorian, who needs the points. He's right now behind the number 88 of Henry Ho as they watch on in the paddock on the big screens. Here's another look at it as he turns in. Well, to be fair, he did lock up just before that, so no harm, no foul. I doubt whether the stewards will take any action, and Alex Young watching on rather pensively. So the only major change is that Henry Ho has gone up to 3rd place ahead of Diego Moran, diving through now, and just behind him, that's Philip de Souza in the Audi. In the Chinese Championship, Philip de Souza, of course, has raced in TCR Asia and the long-time Macau Grand Prix competitor. Really enjoying racing in the Chinese TCR Championship. He's been racing touring cars for many a year, has Philip. Good to see him still out there. So the field spreading out, and Diego Moran under pressure now from Sosa. Good to have Audi in the series. It's being dominated at the moment by Volkswagen. The Audis, we know, could be very, very quick. I'd like to see more of them out there in the region. And now Sosa in the TA Motorsport Audi, looking for a way past Diego Moran, but Moran cannot give up too many points here. But the good news for Diego is that Lo Ziho of Hong Kong not competing this weekend, so he just needs to keep it calm and steady, and he should take third overall. But of course, he's got to finish the race first. And Philip de Sousa looking for a way past in that Audi. Great circuit to race at, plenty of room, plenty of places where if you do make a mistake, you can recover well. It's of course used for the Formula One. And Shanghai now with this endurance race this weekend as well, starting to grow its motorsports coverage. There's Franz Ensler. He's looking rather worried for his boy, who is on the verge of repeating what Dad did many years ago, and that's becoming an Asian champion. That said, another mistake there by Luca, and look how close the number 29, Mitchell Che of Malaysia, is now to the German. These two have fought it out throughout 2018. Whoa, very close indeed, under braking. And if Luca didn't know he was there, he does now, as they come back towards the pits again. This is going to be touch and go, and Luca can't afford a mistake. Mitchell Che had the lead of the championship for most of the opening rounds. And Luca had a few mechanical gremlins and mistakes, and then has put in a really good display in Korea, where Che had some problems. And now as they come onto the main straight, here again, it really is going to be nip and tuck between these two. Right there, the number 29, and time running out in this round 9 penultimate race of the 2008 season. And he's just shadowing his teammate now, trying to almost force him into a mistake rather than create an overtake. Even though this is a large circuit, you really can't get offline because you lose a lot of time, and you've kind of got to take the same racing line and hope you can stick your nose in and maybe force a mistake. You can see how long these long back straights are, and this is another opportunity. Tuck yourself in, try and get the slipstream. Quite rightly, Luca is defending and holds this line brilliantly. Che's going to go around the outside, but he's not going to do it there. And that's good racing from Luca Ensler. And again, he takes the defensive line on the inside, now drifts to the outside for the left-hander. Back onto the main straight again, bounces over the curves. Good driving by the young German, and try as he might, Mitchell Che just can't get through. Coming to turn 1 now, under braking. Could Mitchell go up the inside here? He's not close enough. He looks to the outside, a lock up again from Luca, who is really pushing as they go into this set of right and left-handers. Next opportunity to dive up the inside, downhill into 2. But again, Mitchell not quite close enough. Now it opens up into 3 and 4. Great onboard shots, really shows you the racecraft of how they work the car, work their position on track to try and create an overtaking maneuver. But so far, Luca is making that VW as wide as he might, braking very late indeed, and Mitchell doing a good job of catching him in the mid-corner, but again, identical cars prepared exactly the same by the Liqui Moly Ensler team, and that's why at the moment Mitchell can't make any inroads with 8 minutes to go and a few laps to go. Henry Ho still in 3rd place, and Diego Moran now a solitary 4th place. There's still time for Diego to catch up, and there's certainly time for Mitchell Che to have one more attack on his teammate in the dying stages of round 9. Flashing the lights now, Luca Ensler starting to get a little nervous, especially with Mitchell right there. He can see back markers ahead of him, and he's just trying to warn those back markers to get out of his way, to get off the racing line, because Mitchell only needs one opportunity, and I think he's got it. Yes, he does get out of the way, so that's good news for Luca. And nervous moments for everybody watching as they watch the big screens. Diego Moran now fighting in the closing stages with the number 88. That's Yuriko de Jesus of Macau in the China Championship in the Honda. Moran in the VW comes up the inside. Side by side, these two, as they head down the back straight. This is going to be a really good drag race between them. Honda Power versus VW. Here come the leaders again. Mitchell Chair just not close enough to make an attack just now. And that could be his last chance. Meanwhile, Diego Moran is going for third place overall. He's got the better line on Enrique de Jesus as he does take him at the hairpin there. One corner to go, and here comes your leader, Luca Ensler of Germany. The 20-year-old sensation from Germany crosses the line and takes the checkered flag ahead of Mitchell Chair with one race to go. And sure enough, Moran does hold on to take third place, and a valuable third place that will be for him. But it's a 1, 2, 3 for the Liqui Moly Ensler team of Volkswagen. There's the checkered flag, and the Chinese Championship also finishing off. So then, congratulations to the 108 of Luca Ensler, runner-up in Germany, and now one hand on the trophy here in Asia. And a check on the TCR Asia results. Mitchell Chair in second place, Diego Moran in third. Then it was Wing Shung of Hong Kong and Douglas Koo in fifth place from Malaysia. So well done to Diego Moran. The smile says it all. Hard-fought race by him. And well done to Luca Ensler and his teammates. So well done to the entire Liqui Moly Ensler team. All three of their men on the podium. And there's your winner, Luca Ensler.
Yeah, the race was really good. The start was perfect. I immediately managed to jump on P1. And then I saw, okay, I can build a gap to Diego. But yeah, then finally the safety car came out, so the gap was there was no gap anymore. And I knew that Diego, with his experience, knows exactly when I will go ahead and when I will start. So I tried something different on the restart, and it worked very well. So I had like 3 or 4 cars between me, car length between me, and then I saw I can control the race. But yeah, then Mitch immediately catched up, and I saw that he was way faster than me. But I knew that we are on different tire pressure strategies, so I knew that he will be way more fast in the first half of the race, and I will be fast in the second half of the race. So I just tried to keep him behind me in the middle of the race, and then I knew, okay, in the last 3 laps I can start or hold on pushing. And I saw him dropping a bit, and that helped me a lot because he did a perfect job. And yeah, his speed over the weekend is really good. So I really need to be careful, or needed to be careful, that I could hold him back.
I had a bit too much wheel spin at the start, which cost me 2 positions to Luca and Diego. So there was a small gap just before the safety car came out, and the safety car closed down all our gaps. And then when the restart, when we had the safety car restart, I tried to pass Diego as fast as I can. At the same time, I did a small nudge on Diego because he locked up his tires, and then he locked up his tires, and then I thought he was going wide, so I turned into the corner, and then he turned at the same time, so I had nowhere else to go. So I tried my very hardest to chase up to Luca. I managed to catch up with him, and then I just couldn't seem to pass him, and then I lost out towards the end of the race, but still managed to keep up and follow behind him.
What happened on the restart is what Mitchell told you. I brake in the main straight, and I turn, and he hit me on the back, and then I almost spin, but I recovered the car, but I already lose 2 positions there. And then my car was a little bit bad. It's not aligned, so I had to fight a lot on the car to keep it straight on the braking, and then improves a bit on the end of the race, and I managed to pass the car in the 3rd position. And then that was it, yeah. But my race was, after the crash was already over, I would say.
So with one race to go, Luca Ensler now on 172 points and one hand on the trophy. Mitchell Chair right there in second place. He'll consolidate that. And Diego Moran will try to stay where he is in third, ahead of Lo Ziho, not here this weekend. KK Wong in 5th place overall. So it looks as though, even though they're still banging and bruising, it's going to be a 1-2-3 for the Ensler team and a 3rd consecutive teams championship. Another brilliant win by Luca Ensler. We'll be back for round 10 next time out. Until then, from me, Jonathan Green, goodbye for now.
Yeah!